The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Main Event Mark, PWPH Wrestling Network and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the Main Event Mark.
Hey! Yes. Yan na nga. I am officially back. Yan. So, welcome to the Main Event Mark podcast. Again, my name is Angelo Pinera and I am thankful for everyone who is supporting me into this shit. And yeah, I am still recovering, as you may know. Pero I am fine. I'm fine right now. We are good. And we are podcast ready na ulit. Ayun, parang naninibaguan pa ako. I feel nakakapanibago. That's the term, nakakapanibago. Today, on the show, I decided to do some changes as well on my deck. Pag tinitignan ko yung studio ko ngayon, I decided to change the position of my table kasi mas komportable ako into this type of setup, no? Parang long table na siya, pero straight. Then, obviously, I fucked up right there. But yeah, some changes was done para medyo maluwag pa din yung leg table ko pag gumagalaw ako dito sa bahay. And luckily, I was able to think on how the podcast will move moving forward. And yeah, we should move as it is. So today's episode of the show is actually a fallout after nang nangyari sa akin for the past week. Holy crap. Past week is not a good week for me. Yeah. Because I have to deal with the flu, trangkaso, as you may know. And I could not speak. Yeah, you heard me. Hindi ako gano'ng makapagsalita that time. Meron akong inabot 4 days. Halos abutin ako doon. Grabe. Then, luckily, 4th to 5th day, ayan, bumubuti na yung lagay ko. And wala na yung lagnat ko, wala na yung ubo. Medyo konti na lang, may ubo na lang konti. Pero yung sipon, yung lagnat, wala na. Di ko na siya ramdam. Sana naman magdire-diretso na rin yung recovery ko. And yeah, so far so good. I can still speak. Kung di pa ako magaling, like what I said, my mouth still works. So we're all good on that, no? So yeah, we should keep things as it is. And since we are fine right now, yeah, I hope things will change as well on our perspective. And sumusobra na rin kasing araw ng absence ko. So, that's why kailangan ko nang pumasok, mag-report to work. And, yan. Recovery still continues despite of me working na ulit. And I am now working on a content soon. I hope I can share that with you guys soon. Pero yun, for the meantime, thank you very much again for everyone who is listening to the Main Event Mark. And of course, our podcast, the PWPH podcast. Yeah. So thank you din sa inyo for listening on the PWPH podcast. And ayan, marami tayong aabangan next month since palapit na po ang August. So first, SummerSlam. Wala naman tayong magganap sa SummerSlam. Just going to a preview. Yes, we're going to come back then sa Main Event Live next week. Sa live natin. Yan, subukan natin ng konti-konti. Then, yun, as usual, wala namang bago. We're just going to do what we are doing best. And, yun, gawa tayo ng content ulit. Grind tayo ng content hanggang mautas tayo. Di joke lang. Ayun, grind lang tayo ng content. I think content is still key. No? Yeah. As of right now, I'm good. I'm fine. I hope you guys are the same. I'm still trying to get used on my new setup here at home. So, wala na yung ano ko. Naglagay na ako ng center dito. Yung ring light ko, nilagay ko sa gitna. So, malaki na yung table ko. Technically, I'm going to buy a new table instead. Then, yung mic ko, kailangan ko siyang baguhan ng posisyon para medyo makagalaw ako. Ayan, may legroom na ako sa pwesto ko sa mic. Then, ayun, mag-a-adjustan pa naman tayo. I-adjust ko din naman kung ano yung magiging posisyon ko going forward. Next week siguro pag nag-live tayo, ayan, ma-determine kung tama ba talaga yung legroom ng mic ko. And if lahat ng katarantaduan that I am doing for the past days is tama na. Ayan. So, ngayon, yes, I'm good. I'm fine. I hope you guys are safe too. And huwag kayong magkakasakit. Sa mga binagyo ni Karina, I hope you guys are fine. And yeah, kapit lang tayo. We are recovering as one talaga. Yan, ganyan talaga ang buhay. Normal lang yan. Yan. So, today, on the main event, on our programming, so, unang-una muna, mag-plug muna tayo. So, please follow and support the podcast on all of the social media platforms at MEM Wrestling Pod. And syempre, please support naman our counterparts, the PWPH Podcast. And yon, sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa main event at sa PWPH Podcast, maraming salamat. At na-appreciate niyo yung commentary talks namin over on the PWPH Podcast. So, maraming natutuwa sa format ng show at marami ding hindi natutuwa. Pasensya na. Pero, it is what it is. Magiging straightforward ako sa mga hindi natutuwa sa format ng show na yun, no? Okay. Hindi naman ako maboka when it comes to the formats. Like what I said, the format of that show is the same as what I have here on the main event. So, if you don't like the format, it might be ikaw lang yung may ayaw. Kasi ang tagal na ng format na yan eh. It's been 2020 na ginagawa ko siya na ganong format. Ang tagal na ng format na to sa akin eh. And it works on me. It works on everyone who is listening on the show since 2020. And everyone who listened on the main event since 2020 onwards, sanay na siguro dapat kayo sa format ko, no? And sa format din ng main event ng PWPH podcast. Na, educational, swearing, explicit, it's very normal. I'm going to say that. If galit ka sa mga pinaglalaban ko, well, you are part of the problem. Yan ang kaya ko sabihin. If you think I am the problem, then you should think twice. Kasi baka ikaw mismo yung problema. Again, I am not insisting. It's more on we are trying to do a different touch here. No? Again, walang namimilit na makinig kayo dito. Ako na nagsasabi sa inyo, walang mamimilit sa inyo makinig sa amin. And wala ring mamimilit na kayo ay makinig. It's your own preference. If you don't like me swearing on the mic, I don't give a fuck. You can listen on other shows na nagmumura rin naman, then that's on them. That's on you. I'm not gonna swear out too much here because I just recovered. Baka atakehin na naman ako. And yeah, I hope everyone will understand how things are going. And yeah, please appreciate the format. And I hope you can enjoy the show. Yung mga hindi nyo naiintindihan mga hindi makaintindi sa format, siguro hindi talaga kayo nakikinig sa akin. Kinigbuka lang talaga kayo. I'm serious about that. Pero yun nga, sa mga nakikinig sa main event, you should know how things are going in the other podcast. Kasi ganun lang din naman yun But longer format. That's how the main event part started in 2020. Yan din ang gusto ko sabihin sa inyo. Yan na lang muna. So for now, on today's episode of the show, we are going to discuss Slammiversary 2024. How amazing Slammiversary was. That was amazing. That was wild. And we got a new TNA World Champion after of that night, which is good. I'm going to say which is good because it's really interesting to see someone like Nick Nemeth retaining the belt. I mean, I'm not really expecting for him to retain or to win. Pero mas siya mas may sense in a way. Para mamaya mas maglalalim tayo ng discussion with how things went out on the whole thing. And let's talk about the things then that I about to discuss for the past month. Yeah. So I'm really excited then to share with you my thoughts on Blood and Guts because Blood and Guts was amazing. Amazingly disastrous. Stupid. But yeah, I really love Blood and Guts this year. I think this is better than what we got. But yeah. Yeah, let's start with Slammiversary first. So Slammiversary was fun. And yung sabi ko nga, the pay-per-view was amazing. I could not say other things on that show. And it's very solid. Yes, I'm not gonna do a review ng pre-match or per match. Let's talk about the highlights na lang on the match itself. So, first thing foremost here, there's a lot of things to cover nga on this year's Slammiversary. So yeah, akala ng lahat, predictable itong mangyayari. Yeah. But, grabe. There's a lot of things to talk about on this show. Number one specifically is Moose actually losing the belt. I am not really expecting Moose to lose the belt, but this is very huge. And to Joe Hendry, someone who is popular on both WWE and TNA side of things, he did just that. Something that never done before. Yes, he was the second man to be eliminated from the match. That's Moose. And grabe, holy crap. Grabe yung pinagdaanan dito ni Joe Hendry. And it's just amazing. Totoo lang. Then we got the turn of Josh Alexander. I am saying this for a while now, no? Yung turn ni Josh Alexander, it makes sense because of the rise ni Nick Nemeth and ni Joe Hendry. If Joe Hendry is not that popular today's day, we might still see him as a face. But we have to do something here, and I think it makes sense. No? Yeah, si Steve Maclin, yeah, he's still a heel for sure. And it really works well for him, no? And the character really stroke again. Yun nga, like what I said, it really stroke again. And it's just amazing. Yeah, so Nick Nemeth said that he was coming for the belt since January. And medyo liwis-liwis pa yung run niya, yung tag team title run niya. And the title picture was a little roadery for him and still amazing. Sobrang happy pa rin ako kay Nick Nemeth when it comes to that. The match was fun and the match was structured in a different manner that we should not expect from the WWE perspective or the AEW perspective, but it was a great main event. We got a lot of action here to discuss, but I'm not gonna discuss that to you guys. It's a little bit longer and for sure, narinig nyo na rin yan sa ibang content creator how amazing this TNA pay-per-view was. But yun, props to Joe Hendry. Legit. Props to Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry was amazing on this night. It really showed that he is not your clown wrestler. That's what I can assure here. Hindi siya yung putyo-putyong wrestler na puro kanta-kanta lang yung ginagawa sa ring. No, it's not how it works. Joe Hendry is amazing as hell as a competitor. That's what I can say. Very effective as a wrestler. Very effective as a guy, as a wrestler talaga. And it really shows how amazing he can be if he will be taken seriously. So, sobrang grabe eh. WWE fans might see Joe Hendry like that for the first time. But Joe Hendry will always be an effective wrestler then. Not only on his goofiness. That's what we can tell. No? Yun. Yan lang muna sa tawag dito, sa match na yun, main event. We'll talk about more later as we go run down the whole card. So yeah, Countdown, not gonna talk about Countdown that much, but Tasha Steelz defeated Fabia Apache, Giselle Show, and Saya Brookside. I was expecting a Giselle Show win here. But yeah, I really understand. The 4,000 people on that crowd rocked, literally. The whole crowd is amazing and it was fun as hell. Number 2, we have Kushida beating Rich Swann. Yeah, good for him. And sobrang entertaining din ng match mismo. Originally, it should be Kushida versus Jonathan Gresham, but yeah, and it's also supposedly on the main show, the Malisha versus Spitfire. So Malisha retained the tag titles here thanks to their contractual rematch clause, and the champions cheated obviously on their way to win, and it really makes sense. So I cannot wait to see more on this. I cannot wait to see more of that. So we're gonna get a more match. Eric Young defeated Hammerstone here in a bad manner. And definitely we're gonna get a follow-up there. And yeah, that was amazing. It's basically a storyline. Yun lang. Wala namang canon thrill, so I'm not gonna talk about that match. Yeah. So, continue tayo. JDC was defeated by Broken Matt Hardy. Not gonna talk about the match here, but sobrang decisive lang nung win na to. Yan lang yung nangyari basically. Then, the World Tag Titles, the System versus ABC. Yeah, this is one of the matches that I really love on this card. And I can really say that ABC is still ABC. ABC still rocks. Sobrang unpredictable din ng ABC when it comes to their moves. And they're amazing in general as a tag team. Hindi man kasing amazing o kasing galing ng Young Bucks o ng Young Bucks on their face prime. Keep an eye on that. O kaya ng Motor City Machine Guns. But yeah, ABC is their new tag team in town following Motor City Machine Guns. And yeah, ABC is amazing. Yeah, let's continue here. So, Mike Santana versus Jake something. I don't really get to the logic of this match, so I'm gonna skip this match. Yeah, it was hard hitting and was fun. Wala rin story. But yeah, it's really amazing. Sobrang fun. Yeah, so ito yung favorite ko so far on this card when I watched the 4 matches. So we got the Rascals with Wesley versus No Quarter Catch Crew. Yeah, this match is really, really good, man. And I'm really glad that Wesley is back into the TNA canon. And sobrang nag-shine yung buong match na to. And nabigyan din sila ng tamang oras to shine. Hindi lang yung Rascals both of them as teams were given the proper appreciation and the proper way to compete and to hold that match. And it's amazing. Yeah. The thing, may story to, so hindi ko tatanungin yung story nito. But this is just amazing. Sobrang kulit. It's so nice to see the Rascals back as well. Very terrific. Yeah, I agree. Then, yung pagiging technicals ng No Quarter is being mixed by the high-flying athletic guys from the Rascals. Very matching. Sobrang solid. As in, very solid match. Eto, personal favorite ko to so far. As the Tyro matches, AJ Francis versus PCO. Grabe, man. This is such a really good match. Even though I know PCO is winning here, but I have to give props to AJ Francis. This is a really, really good match. Such a really good match. Yeah, it's a street fight. It's amazing. So, it's very scrappy too. Definitely. But it really works as hell on the side of PCO and also mainly on AJ Francis. On someone like 56 years old, PCO is outlasting Jericho there. It's amazing that he is still hitting moonsaults from moonsaults. Yeah, I agree. This is really a mess match. But it's amazing as far. This is amazing. And PCO, I can say, is absolutely one of my favorite characters in this generation of TNA. And si AJ Francis naman, I have to give them credit din. Kasi from a joke, he was able to convert himself into someone who is very interesting, which is good for him too. And yeah, I cannot wait to see more of them, especially with Rich One down the line. Yeah, that will be amazing. That will be great as well for both AJ Francis and eventually Rich One. Yon. So, yeah, Step Delander SDL proposed after that match and is getting more silly though. But yeah, the more I think about this match, SDL only wants her or him for the belts, not for him real life. But for sure, since the digital media Tyro is a intergender Tyro, hindi siya malabo na mag-challenge din sa belt eventually down the road. Next, Jordan Grace versus Ashby Elegance. I can say this is such an amazing match. No? Very good match, sa totoo lang. And I can't believe that someone like Ash, na hindi siya, ito sabihin ko hindi perfect na competitor si Ash. I can say that. Dana Brooke or Ashby Elegance, whatever. I can really say that she's not the best crop out of the WWE releases, and she still shined really well on her role here, and the match was fun. Definitely one of the best matches that she competed outside of her run. Sabi ko nga, 5 lang yung matches ni Ashby Elegance outside of that run, aside from her Tyro run din sa Australia. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. Pero Ashby Elegance, I can really say she's amazing. She really needs to be used firmly, no? But yeah, she's definitely improved on the ring. I hope she will be used soon, and they can do something on Ashby Elegance sooner. Yeah, and I cannot wait to see more of Ashby Elegance down the line. She is amazing, sa totoo lang. She will be booked on a proper manner anytime soon. But Jordan Grace is still Jordan Grace. Amazing. Yeah, the match was fun. Ash really booked strong here on this match. And yeah, for someone na heel, it really works. But Jordan Grace, she's amazing as fuck. Wala makakapigil kay Jordan dito, that's for sure. Wala ba tayong ganong surprises here? But let's see. So, we have Mustafa Ali versus Mike Bailey. This match. Just ko. This match. This match is overbooked as fuck. This match is amazing. I really love Mustafa Ali. He's easily the best guy this year on TNA. Aside from Nick Nemeth, of course. But easily, this match is just amazing. Let's focus on the highlights. So, Singh came to the ring and he was attacked by Mike Bailey and hits him with the championship. Then, Ali sets up for 450. Tapos, 2 count pa din. So, he was attacked by someone in a helmet. Then, the ref was pulled and then that was revealed as Trent Seven, which is Mike Bailey's partner. Then, Seven destroyed the whole service. And then, Ali hits a diving spear on Trent Seven. Then, yun. Was set up again for the attack. Then, he signaled for a new referee. So, Earl Hebner. Earl Hebner, yes. Another controversy in Canada. He is trying to set up a controversy here. So, yun nga. They tried to recreate the Montreal Screwjob here, but actually, Earl Hebner choose to be firmly this time. He called the match right in the middle, and he was able to execute the sharpshooter really well. Then Earl Hebner, he could not do it, and he is getting furious as fuck. Then yun nga, the chair ricocheted on Ali's Then, it was hit then kay Earl Hebner. Then, yun nga, sharpshooter by Mike Bailey. Then, eventually, he tapped him out of the ring. So, that's 21 minutes of match. That was fun as hell. Easily my favorite match of the night though. It's like a match na ibubook ni Scott D'Amore. I really love it, man. I really love it. They ruined a perfect mention to give a fucking redemption of Earl Hebner. But yeah, this is absurd. Every interference on this match, absurd. I really love it though, in a way. And yeah, that was fun. And yun lang. Main event, obviously, like what I mentioned in the beginning, that was overbooked as fuck. The whole match thing is amazing. Like what I said, the match like this, the mga elimination matches na to, hindi siya ganun mag-work as someone na, ano gagawin natin dito? Sige. Bahala si Batman, sige, eliminate na lang natin. And I never expected that Moose will be eliminated second on this match. And that's just amazing. Just to execute the heel turn of Alexander, yeah, definitely. I'm really expecting maybe a third spot for Moose, but wow, that's huge. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk about the whole match, but the match was fun as well. Alexander did his thing. We will talk about the heel turn in a moment. Then as usual, Kazarian trying to be Kubal. Joe Hendry is still over. Steve Macklin and Alexander teamed up throughout the whole match. And it's amazing as hell. Then, Moose just waiting on the right spot. Ang na-eliminate niya lang tuloy si Macklin lang. Yun. So, that was the first elimination. Then, everyone are brawling into the ring. And then, Joe Hendry focused on how it was going to do something. Then, yun na nga. Joe Hendry eliminated Moose. That was shocking moment. Hits the standing ovation. Nails Moose. 1, 2, 3. And it was amazing. Definite. But here's the amazing part. Yeah. So even that he didn't won, Joe Hendry really presented himself as the headliner here. I am really expecting, but that's huge. Then, Josh Alexander executes the heel turn, hits him with a low blow, and then hits him with another C4. That's it. That's an elimination. That was amazing as hell. Joe Hendry was over. Like what I mentioned, it makes sense because they have to counter then the overness of Joe Hendry. So it makes sense. Then Alexander mounted Joe Hendry and slapped the taste of his mouth. He called him a joke. Then he punched him in the face over and over. Then Nick Nemeth came back. Hits Alexander with a backbreaker. Then the match went out really well. And then the commentary is questioning everything on what happened on the match. And yeah, Nick Nemeth hits the super kick on Nemeth hits the super kick on Alexander, and he eliminated Josh from the match. So it's now Josh and Kazarian final competing in the match. And yeah, this really an amazing match ended in an amazing manner. Like what I said here, Nick Nemeth winning the belt, I don't really have any problems. And it doesn't mean din naman na wala na silang faith kay Joe Hendry. They're building Joe Hendry really well. It has to be done well as well. So yun nga, I really call this make sense na nanalo si Nick Nemeth. He's amazing. I could not complain on how he won it because it's amazing. No? Wala akong masabi. Overall, the pay-per-view was solid. Meron ng mga bagay na shocked din ako. And some of them are shocked. Especially with how things went out with these impromptu matches. And the turn of Josh Alexander is something we have to look forward with. And yeah, definitely the rise of Joe Hendry, the win, the era of Nemeth there. Yeah, marami tayong abangan with TNA. It's amazing. Yeah, overall, the show was amazing. Some matches, nga, medyo di ko nagustuhan kasi may mga impromptu matches. And yeah, it's easily my match of the night, the main event obviously. The Knockouts Women's title is amazing too. That's easily my third match of the night. Syempre, unahin ko na yung X-Division was second. Then the fourth is the Rascals match. Rascals was amazing. Solid. Tag titles, fifth. Medyo mahirap. Pero yeah, I think that will be my lineup for top 5 for the match. Medyo natawa ako doon sa part na marami daw surprises. But, not surprised. Good pa din regardless. The show was amazing pa din regardless on what happened. Regardless on ilan ba yung sumipot. I don't care at this point. But, yeah, this is just amazing. Totoo lang. The show was amazing. The thing was amazing. Everything was solid on this Slammiversary show. So, yun lang muna. And yun, I think this such a really good show. Overall, yeah, I really think this was an amazing TNA Slammiversary. Definitely better than last year, yes. Last year was amazing, but I think this year was easily better. Yun. So, we're going to talk about SmackDown now. So, SmackDown was taped from Omaha because of the tour that they're doing in Japan right now. So, let's talk about it. So, LA Knight defeated Santos Escobar. Given naman. And yeah, it's very amazing. Yung history nila with NXT still there. Then afterwards, Logan Paul attacked LA Knight from behind. And it seems like Escobar and Paul are working together. Good. And it's easy way to put the check on LA Knight there. And yeah, I can assure that we are getting a new champion at SummerSlam. Then, we have another match there. Or not really. But we have Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair calling out the champion. Yeah. Straight up call out. Wala ako masyadong ibibigay. So, easy call out lang. But next week, the match will take place. Good. Then now, let's focus on the gauntlet. So, I can say here that Corbin and Cruz are amazing as tag team. It really works for both of them. Good. Not gonna talk about the rest, but I can really say Street Profits still proving themselves over. Solid pa din. Then, like what I mentioned, Street Profits, yun nga, amazing. But, tumigil ang mundo kay Jacob Fatu at kay Tamalonga. Tama. And yan. So, very, very good. And yung buong match na to really ate the full TV time here. It's amazing. Then, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, they wanted to ask Terence Crawford to apologize on them. It's really weird on the timing of this promo because it's really a pantanggal umay on what happened on the previous match. But obviously, hindi siya pinagbigyan. Pero yun, they huge. Pero yun, obviously, they're setting up for the split between Waller and Theory, so it makes sense for me. For the story, yun lang yan. Cody's comments, I'm really sure he's confident that he is going to compete at SummerSlam by his own. So, good. I hope mapanindigan niya. Well. So, yan, main event for SmackDown this week. So, it really sets him up that I'm not gonna finish the whole thing here. But Nia Jax is definitely taking her time to call out Bailey that she needs to take her seriously. Otherwise, she might beaten for the women's title. So, yun yung gusto ko iparating. But, yan lang. Ito, the Bloodline was showed in a dark room again. And yeah, so he will face-to-face him next week with Cody. Then, it was announced as well that the tag match will take place. Then, one weekend, the Bloodline will handle family business. So, if he has a problem with it, you know where to find him. So, yun lang. He will be back on SummerSlam, that's for sure. Yun ang gusto ko i-sure dito. Roman will be back at SummerSlam. Yun yung gusto ko iparating. And, yan lang. Yan lang I could say. So, as long as it's a tape SmackDown, I'm not really expecting well here. But, yeah. I'm glad that I've skipped this show. I'm glad. I'm glad na na-skip ko ito. Good. So, I'm not gonna talk about SmackDown like what I said. So, Raw, real quick, let's roll into Raw. So, CM Punk was announced that he is medically cleared. Good. He is medically cleared and he will face Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam for no stakes. So, I'm going to talk about the Damian Priest in a moment, but let's focus on the Punk thing first. So, CM Punk announced that he will now compete at SummerSlam, and then Seth Rollins is the guest referee. So, both of them went furious when it was mentioned by Adam Pearce, and yeah. But, yeah, it's very huge. Ang takeaway ko lang talaga dito, both of them knows na Seth Rollins will be a big problem here. That's for sure. And everyone is literally waiting for this match to be announced. And yeah, it was made official, so we should expect things that it will be huge. And it gave me medyo some vibes on 1997, Undertaker versus Bret Hart. And yeah, di naman siya yung first time na medyo may mga teaser siya. Okay. So, yeah, I'm expecting huge about that. But let's focus on the Gunter thing first. So, the Gunter, like what I said, hindi siya nag-regret on what he said on Damian Priest on Raw few weeks ago. He felt na he is taking things seriously on what he said on that episode. And I can say here that he is correct there actually. But we have to continue nga muna. Yung mga insults ni Gunter, medyo, out of the table siya, out of the character. Yung mga pinagsasabi niya. But it feels that it has to be done because ilang linggo na lang SummerSlam na. But yeah, I never liked the build-up over this match. The point lang naman dito, gawing face ng Malalas Priest. Pero yung promo talaga, ito. Yung promo was forced last week. This week, it felt different. But easily, the brawl there was amazing. Yun. And it's been first time for a while that Damian Priest looked like a babyface here. Yun ang minamention ko. Then, Bron Breakker got another match for the Intercontinental title. Okay. But I cannot wait to see more of Ilya soon. But it looks like he will get that on Bash at the Berlin. Ayan. So, I'm not gonna talk about the other matches on this card because I am not that interested on how things went out. And I'm sure lang ako, we're expecting Bray or the Wyatt Six coming out really soon. And yun na yun. So, parang it's more on the fun thing that we can discuss later on. Yun. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Ito, let's talk about this. So, mukhang hindi na tinatalaban ng pagkatigas tong si Dom. Hindi na siya tinatalaban ng pagkatigas this week. And I'm going to say it more na this thing that they're doing with Liv, Dom, and Rhea will lead to something that may lead to Rhea being turned by Dom, and this might end the Judgment Day. Or maybe their partnership, no? But ang sure ako dito, si Dom ay sasama kay Liv at SummerSlam. They are trying to set up the whole thing here. That's obvious part of the plan to lure Rhea Ripley. Yan ang aking pinaparatingan. But she's trying to set up on this thing. Things are changing sometimes. And it really worked. Parang convincing lang siya na gagawin siyang katatawanan later on. But it's really interesting then down the line on how are going to change or how things are going to change come SummerSlam then. At maraming katatawanan na lalabas dito sa Raw after episode na to. It's for sure. So, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day. I don't really see a big deal on this. So, it's more on, yan lang. That match was as is. Very random as is. Yan lang. Parang basically, pang setup lang siya ng attack ni Braun kay Sami Zayn. Yan. Yan na yung dating sa akin ng match na yan. Not gonna dunk on that. So, let's talk about things that I will discuss later. So, Blood and Guts. Let's skip on the Blood and Guts part. No? Shall we? Blood and Guts. Hindi, focus muna tayo on the bits that we got. So, MJF retired the digital or the AEW International Taro. Then, feeling na din na ito si MJF, pag alam niya necessary magsundot ng political references sa promos niya, gagawin niya no? Then, he is speaking faster than usual thing here. Typically, MJF, hindi naman siya magsasalita ng ganito kabagal no? Pero yeah, the point there, it was revealed that he's going to introduce the AEW American Championship. Then, yeah, and yun. I'm not gonna talk about the next match. You should skip that. Then, diretso na tayo on the introduction of, ano ba tawag dito? The introduction of Camille. So, ano ba sabi ko sa introduction na to ni Mercedes kay Camille? First time on her run as AEW talent, nagmukhang interesting yung run na to ni Mercedes. Thanks to Camille. Yeah, thanks to Camille talaga. So, Camille introduced by Mercedes. And hindi siya rookie dito, yes. But putting her with Mercedes is something that I can tolerate. And to establish her as well on the picture sa AEW television. So no issues about that. And yeah, I cannot wait to see more of Mercedes or eventually on Mercedes getting greedy and eventually attacking Camille, set up a feud between two of them. Yeah, wala tayong aabangan dito. Yan, Mariah May introduced her segment there. She won. Then Toni Storm attacked Mariah May, and it's just amazing. I cannot wait to see more of that. Feeling ni Mariah May trophy na siya yung sapatos. Para, let's continue on Blood and Guts. Blood and Guts itself, I'm not gonna talk about the whole match here, but this is an intensity that is kind of pointless for some. No? Eto, I'm going to say this. The chair shots on the head is clearly a gimmick. Then, the highlight lang basically, he was able to give a match for the TNT title at All In. Then, yun, binuhusan niya ng gas si Jack Perry. Pero yun nga, like what I said, this type of matches, including War Games, are far removed from the traditional ones. Okay, the story are being told here, sure. But, ang point lang naman dito, kung ano yung susunod na direction na mangyayari. Yeah, so these matches, I'm not gonna rate this as normal, same as what I am doing on War Games. Yung War Games minsan subjective ko naman yon. Pero, yun. Okay lang. I think this is just amazing. Pero, wala na. Ayoko nang sumobra masyado dun sa rating ko. But, like what I said, we cannot deny the match that we are able to get here. It's amazing pa din. Setup pa rin for Camille. Stood out for me. That's why it really worked. Yun lang, siguro. I guess, yun na lang muna sa ngayon ang magdi-discuss natin. We'll talk about NXT down the line because wala rin naman tayo ganong makitang development from NXT. It's basically things that we are seeing every week. The Rascals match are amazing, so that's for sure. But we will talk about NXT when we come back next week sa live. Mas mahaba. Meron Great American Bash next week, so we should talk about that longer. And yeah, yun na lang muna. I think this should be it for now. Thank you again for listening on this show. That was an amazing episode. And I hope that we're able to execute some new episodes as well. Here on the main event, next week, I'm going to grind a lot here on the show. And yeah, I cannot wait to do more once we're able to execute the episodes really well. For the meantime here, follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms at MEM Wrestling Pod. And I hope that everyone will follow and support the show. And yeah, please support the show on every what we're doing. On next week's show, on the PWPH podcast, we will continue our discussion with Dennis Acosta and Chan Anastasio. So, first part of that is now available on your favorite podcast platforms. Part 2 will be released next Wednesday. That's August. So, yeah, I hope that you will be able to enjoy the next episode of the PWPH podcast. But for the meantime here, yeah, again, this is a Main Event Mark production for the podcast. And yeah, this is a PWPH Wrestling Podcast. PWPH Wrestling Podcast. Yon. So, yeah, yun na lang muna. Again, my name is Angelo Penera here. Thank you very much for listening on the Main Event Mark. And we will see you on the next episode of the show. Bye for now and stay safe.